Hey guys, welcome back. John Megacycle here, another episode of Factorio. Just finished our turret project. Let's give this a good looky-loo. Shut off detail mode, you can get a better idea of what we kind of tried to do. We've got a lot of resources that we sealed off, ensuring that we will get a good cut of the territory that has been laid before us. That makes me really happy. Gives us a lot of good potential, a lot of territory to work with. However, there's a lot of resources I'm still kind of keen on, being iron specifically. There's not a ton of iron in the little area radius we can see. Our radars are still scanning. That's opening up new territory here in the northwest, but that doesn't give us a lot of growth potential. I don't really see a lot of stuff sitting around except for this iron we're tapping. Copper is also going to be an issue. There are some plots nearby, so I'm not super worried about that, but still going to be a problem. Turn detail mode back on. Now, we do have some more science to get to now that we have a good backload of iron, or back log of iron, whatever. We got some iron, let's start spending it. Or research. I can't talk at all. What I do really want is, oh, I actually think we already have it. Where are you? Is it this? No. There's one research I was hoping we would have in particular, but I was just researching crap like crazy, so I don't really recall if we got it. Let me just buzz through this real quick. I'm looking for accumulators is what they're called. I guess not. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab Advanced Material Processing Level 2. That's going to give us the electric furnace. That's way ahead of the game, but it is something I'd like us to take care of sooner rather than later. Let's see here. Solar panels. I think accumulators are right here, which we don't have. Yeah, let's talk about accumulators. First of all, solar panels are... Oh, yeah, I like that we're not getting the red sign, meaning they're being attacked. Anyway, let's talk about power, shall we? When it comes to power production, we have our steam engines, which are great. We can also build solar panels, but as you can guess it, they only really operate during the daytime. They'll produce slightly more, slightly less, depending on what time of day it is and how much coverage of the sun, blah, 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 blah. The problem is, since solar panels only work, let's just say for simple math, 50% of the time, with peak production only for like maybe 1 or 2 game hours or what have you, we need a place to store all the excess we're going to produce so we can use it throughout the night. Right now with our steam engine production, it's just producing all the time. There's no real limit to it. It'll produce during the day, it'll produce during the night. It doesn't require anything like the sun or clouds or Care Bears or something to run. It doesn't matter. It's running on what we have pumping through the system, which are boilers heating up the water and then pushing it through. Not a big deal. That being said, we do want to get to an energy supply that's not producing so much frickin' pollution. Solars are the deal. They are, however, expensive. So, I just wanted to see if we had accumulators because that is a way for us to store that energy. Let's see. Now I have plenty of steel on me. Let's start to get to oil production. We have tons of oil up here. We have a ridiculous amount. Just a preposterous amounts of oil. So let's see here. Let's get 2 refineries, 5 pump jacks, 3 or 4 chemical plants, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pipe to ground, crap ton of pipes. Great. That's going to be busy for a long time. While that's doing, I do want to take one quick run around and see how our ammo production is doing. Before we start a new project, if we've got to work on that, that's something I want to be well... Oh, wow. Okay, this left side is backlog-tastic. Good. All these should have at least 10. Oh, okay, so they hold 10. I can tell because a lot of these hold 10 or more if I manually fed them. So that's perfect. I'm very confident this has no backlogs to all these freaking trees. I was trying to say I'm very sure this has no backlog, and we should see some red "I need ammo, please, sir" messages. Yeah, a few. Okay, so we're getting there. I'm pretty sure by the end of this episode, they're so dense. The trees. What was I even say? Oh, I'm sure at the end of this episode, we should have all of our turrets properly filled. I'm confident that's what's going to happen. So, I do want to look for accumulators. Where art thou? Maybe I can't see it yet. Automated construction, that's not what I want. I was hoping I could find it. I know we need batteries for accumulators. At least I'm quite... Oh, there... Duh. Electric energy accumulator. Requires batteries. Requires sulfur processing. Boom. Okay. Gosh, I forgot it was its own tech. I thought it was like advanced power distribution. That's why I was looking for something a little more wordy. I don't know. Anyway, I'm happy with this. It looks like we actually have a bottleneck of iron. Like, see how one of these lines aren't even moving? That's actually a good sign. We're actually now pulling enough iron out of the ground. And... oh, look at this. Look at this. The steel furnaces can only hold 100 plates. That's the maximum. So, we're just going to go like this. Pull all the plates out. Oh, this is great. We're now sitting on an abundance of iron. Like a pretty solid abundance. Like a mega abundance. That's excellent. And let's get rid of this. And I'm not concerned with walls right now. These are going to be working material later on, these wooden bricks, but I'm not super interested in them at the moment. Either way, let's just shift that over to another chest. Very cool. Get that going on. Let's check our coal. Not very cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should do it. Booyah. Okay. So what do we have right now? We've got some pump jacks. We have some refineries, I hope. I don't remember at what part of what I was crafting all this crap. Chemical plants. Yep. Okay, so those are refineries. So let's take a walk through how oil production works, or petroleum and all that fun stuff. Each of these little splots are the oil reserves, oil wells, oil whatever. As I'm hovering the pump jacks over them, the pump jacks would actually pull the resources up from the ground up to the surface to be processed. If on the right side, where it says expected resources, hopefully you can see some numbers. If you can't, I'll just rattle them off for you actually. So 2.0 a second, 1.7 a second, 0.9 per second, 2.6, 1.6, 1.2, 2.2, 2.1, 1.8, 1.4, 1.9. Considering I want the most bang for the buck, and I don't want to produce a ton, actually let's just cancel one of those. I don't want to produce a ton of these pump jacks just to get a proper amount of resource. I want to grab the most. So 2.6 is good, 1.6, 1.9, 2.0, 1.7. Those look good. What we'll do is we'll connect these through pipe, and these will produce crude oil. Then what we're going to need to do with the crude is we're going to pump these into an oil refinery. Now this is going to require a good amount of space. So I'm going to make sure we have enough room for what I'm planning here. Heck, I don't know. Let's go this way. So we're just going to do something like this. Oh, that was fast. What was next? Batteries? Batteries, please. We're going to do something like this. Now, the way in which this is going to work is the pump jacks will pump out the crude. Let's see, let me just find one more good tile here. 1.2, 2.2, perfect. The oils, or the pump jacks will pump out the crude. For every so many, what's a good word for this? For however many extracts, let's call it that. I don't know if it's 100 or 1,000 or whatever. The actual yield of it will go down. So we won't be producing 2.6 out of this pump jack forever. It'll eventually degrade and degrade and degrade until it hits a bottom percentage of capability when it's only producing a very marginal amount, if anything at all. So quantity is more important. So later on these will produce like 0.1 per second. So now if we have a bunch grouped right here, we're still actually kind of producing a decent amount of crude oil to be processed. Not that bad of a deal. Now, I just want to place a couple of these structures for example. I'm not going to have these permanent, but at least want to show you how this works. Once we start building some proper pipes and hooking all this crap up, the crude is going to go into the oil refinery. The first recipe we can have is basic oil processing. It requires 10 crude. Okay, holy research, Batman. Yes, energy accumulators. Thank you. This requires 10 crude oil, which we'll pull from the ground for the pump jacks, and it'll produce heavy, light, and petroleum. In that order: orange, yellow, black, white, whatever on the right. Those are the three products that'll be produced. Now, I click that and I want to show you, because now the way we have this orientated, whatever, this now has the in product and the out product we should expect. Okay? The rule of thumb when it comes to working with this product set is if you're only using one of them, let's say we're only using the petroleum and we're not using the other two, the refinery will not produce more petroleum unless we pull all three resources. So if we have a stockpile of these two sitting in the refinery, it will not produce more of the third. I hope that makes sense. Maybe it'll be better in practice. These chemical plants are very similar setup. They produce a handful of intermediate products, in this case solid fuel from light oil, solid fuel from petroleum gas, solid fuel from heavy oil, lubricant from heavy oil, sulfur with water and petroleum, sulfuric acid with sulfur, iron, and water, and then batteries. Now, the way this works is if it requires one commodity inbound, you can put it in either of the pipes. If it requires two commodities inbound, let's say water and petroleum, like I chose for sulfuric acid, these cannot be reversed. Water must go in the right, petroleum must go in the left. This is going to add to the complication of setting up a proper base. So we're just going to go through very slowly, because this drives me pretty nuts as well. Either way, that won't work. Can I rotate you, please? There we go. That's a little bit better. Wow, research, am I right? This is why Johnny does lab efficiency as soon as he can. Plastics are important. Let's just do flamethrower. That's going to be really quick, and that's just a single research. It's not that big of a deal. We do need to get this set up to get flamethrowers and such anyway. So here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to set this up real simple like. We can just merge this together. No big deal. I don't see a problem. It requires oil or... I can't even finish the tutorial. Here, suck on that. Anyway, what the hell was I just... Oh, okay. So it requires both, like either input, both inputs are the same is what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't matter which one we plug it into. It really doesn't. It's going to work with it, and it's going to deal with it, and it won't matter. So power, power, power. Right now this has kind of been the same setup I've been doing throughout this whole campaign, or this whole skirmish or whatever, is I just want functional, and I want to share with you guys how to set this up. There's a billion, million, trillion, or whatever ways to do it the best, and like I said, you could always check out a forum or something to see how it works best for you and the best, most whatever, but this is me, I'm having fun, all there is to it. So, refineries kick on. They are receiving... Oh, hang on. Yep, that's kind of what I was afraid of. These things are going to suck up a crap ton of power, especially these pump jacks, actually. So anyway, let's just click on this. As we can see, it's producing commodity, and it's not producing any more. We need to siphon out all of these products. But for right now, since it's going to take me a while to really get to any amount of decency in terms of electricity, let's set up another structure. Let's set up a whole nother infrastructure for this. So let's see, I need offshore pump. I need, where are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I need stone. Go figure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Very good. Kind of, but whatever. How do I want to do this now? I know. No, I don't. This is going to be sloppy at best. So let's do a little bit of work here. Fine. Don't care. There's that. And then I'm going to want a similar, if not the exact same setup here. Actually, that would have worked just fine. Can I move this? Oh, I totally can. Never mind. But let's tear this up a little bit here. That looks good. Do I have any pipe? Pipe is one of those things that's required for almost everything when you're working with oil. Oh, you just overwrite it like that? That's interesting. So the thing is, you can build like 100 pipe and have it in your inventory, but the funny thing is, the second you want to use pipe for pipe, it's gone, because you need it for so much other crap. And get out of here. There we go. I was like, what the crap did I just do? Pipe. Pipe, pipe, pipe. Pipe, pipe. Here's the other 4. Power. There's that. Pipe to there. Steam engine the whole business. Very good. Was that all of them? Was it 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Oh yeah, oh, it's offset by 1. That's not terrifically annoying. That's okay. Either way, we gotta fill the coffers full of coal. Get it. Okay, still looking good. Actually, you know what? Just there. Now, how's our power? Oh, sweet goodness. Power's looking so good. Okay, back to this. Yeah, this is why I didn't build all the pump jacks immediately. Now, what we can do is we can immediately feed these into whatever systems we want, or we can put them into storage tanks. Let's do 6 storage tanks, at least get some of this pushed out. So, as you can see, we have all the products, but they have to come out this way as well. You can't just mix and match and switch them, which would be amazing if you could. You can't, but would be amazing if you could, but you can't. So we're going to do something like this. I'm hoping this is going to... No, hang on. I take everything back. It's important, I would say right now to myself, why don't you give yourself some room? And I'd say, shut up, brain. You don't know me. You don't know me at all. Stupid brain. Alright, let's make this very simple. I want oil in this one. To that end, we're going to go like this. And we're going to do an underground pipe, which is very similar to... Crap, that's not going to work, is it? Dang nabbit. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, this is where I should be saying give yourself a little more room. The thing is, we're not wasting a ton of resources now just to experiment. And actually, you know what I should do? I shouldn't even hook this stuff up first. So just give me this. I'm going to spread this out by 1 more. That's actually fine where that is. So, it was what? Here, effectively? Let's just over 1 more. And this one was here effectively, over one more. Okay, cool. Now I feel a little bit better about the situation. So, here's what we are going to do. I'm going to move this over too. I think I just wanted it on top of itself to more prove the idea, and now that I'm really thinking about this, I don't like the way it looks at all. Okay, so we have to choose a recipe just like anything else. Petroleum or basic oil processing, now it's going to kick off. So let's do this red stuff first, the heavy. The heavy stuff should be the easiest to do. It's on the end. We can just do something like this. Bing. There, done. Now, light, similar process, something like this, something like this. Don't want these things overlapping at all, and these things are very connection friendly, so you got to be careful with them. Now, oil, see, now this is more my problem. Let's do something like that. I'm just going to go straight up and in from here. Now this one, little ugly. Oh, and I'm trapped. Ugh, one more stupid pipe. Bam. Now, what we should have is we have petroleum, light, and heavy all being exited out of the refineries and into storage tanks. It doesn't look great, but it'll do. We can prove that by when we click on it, there's no resources being accumulated here. So the bar will fill for full progression, and then poof, gone. Same thing here. You can also tell the refineries are doing their job by the flame coming out of the top. Same thing with the pump jacks. They will be moving if there's something. So we could add a bunch of storage tanks here as well, but I don't see the point at this time. I'm not worried about that. So we're now producing 3 products, heavy, light, and petroleum. In here we get to specify whatever recipes we want to use for, well, whatever we want. So sulfur is probably, what happened there? Sulfur is important, probably one of the most important products to make. It requires petroleum gas. Now, what you'll see a lot of these products requiring is some form of petroleum. Heavy oil is maybe the least effective. So heavy, light, and then petroleum in order of importance, with petroleum being the highest. So that's really how that goes. So we want to make sure that even though, actually let me put that back, even though we have options for solid fuel made from petroleum or heavy or light, we don't want to do that. We don't want to waste petroleum on something like that. So I'm just going to put, let's see here. I think I only really need 1 sulfur plant, but I do want to give myself plenty of space with it. So let's just see here, sulfur. Oil is on the left. Fantastic. So pipes. Oh my god. See what I was saying earlier? You remember what I was saying earlier? Is like a lot of this stuff requires pipes. You don't think them that important until you really start working with it, and it's like, oh, pump jack requires pipes. Offshore pump requires pipes. Refinery, crap tons pipes. Chemical plant, pipes. It's like, yeah, when you start working with it, just have a machine that craps out pipes. Mental note, make machine that craps out pipes. Cool. Electricity. There we go. Now we are producing sulfur. Sulfur is a solid. It's a commodity that is just, yeah, it's just like that. It's a solid export of it. It's not another liquid. So that's kind of the thing, is when you're going through, because some recipes will require liquids. There's going to be an advanced underground belt and an advanced splitter. I think they're called advanced. Not too sure. But they'll require lubricant. So when you have a facility and it requires a liquid, it'll actually have a port that you can use for liquid. So anyway, there's that. This is actually going to come into here. Let's just spread this out a little bit here. This is going to turn the sulfur into sulfuric acid, which is going to require water and sulfur. So let's do something like this. And no, actually, you know what? Check that. Checkmate that. Let's do something like this. This. And we could set up some storage right away. Probably not a bad idea, having a sulfur as a buffer. There we go. That's going to come in handy when we use logistics chests and such. Oh, so many fun things we'll get to. Don't worry about it. This is going to produce sulfuric acid. There's the water, there's the sulfur. We also need iron plates. So the thing that's going to suck about all this is we're actually going to have to do a little bit of running around unless we build this into our actual working network. Let's just set this up right. To get us started, especially for batteries, I don't mind doing a little errand running. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go for it. That's going to produce sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, we're going to need another chemical plant, and this is going to take sulfuric acid, iron, copper, and produce batteries. Right? It's almost like green science all over again. Now, what we can do, we could just slap this on here, call it a day, but I want to make sure that if we ever need that stuff anywhere else, we have the capability to use it somewhere else. So I like to do something like this. This probably looks really clustery. But that way, if we need sulfuric acid for something else, I don't quite remember if we do, but we can spread that out. So it's fine by me. This requires iron and copper, and instead of adding another chest with iron and copper, nah, let's do it like this. Let's just do another chest. I was going to do an inserter to throw it on the ground, an inserter to pick it up and put it in, but that sucks. Okay. Oh, let's get some stuff in you. Go to town. Oh, and have sulfur or whatever, which I don't need. Now, let's get some fast inserters going on. Well, we're going to want to. Considering a lot of these commodities are going to build pretty darn quick. So we want to make sure that the inserters are not the bottleneck. How are we doing on research? Oh man, we almost finished gun turret damage upgrade level 3. That is awesome. Just give me the whole thing. I don't know why I'm counting. Just give me the whole shot. This one is an iron chest. I don't have that much room. Yes, gun turret damage upgrade 3. What is 4? 4 is going to require blue science. We're nowhere near for that to be a thing. So guess what? I'm not going to frickin' worry about it. Let's see here. Plastics. Plastics are important. Plastics will allow us to make plastic, duh. But it's going to really be necessary later on for electronic circuitry and such. So let's come into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. And now an out chest. With that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sure we need a bunch of those. Power, done. There's our batteries. Now we can start building accumulators and solar arrays and a bunch of fun crap. Now, back to our original statement. These things are still producing all 3 commodities. We're only using petroleum gas right now. So when either the heavy or the light oil fill, these refineries will not produce more resource. It's kind of a problem. We could cheat, and I think we might right now, is we could just tack on 1 or 2 more storage tanks just to get started. Don't worry, these aren't difficult to remove later. We'll just add a pump and it's no problem. There. We just doubled our storage. That's going to buy us some time, but it's not a perfect solution. We should really figure out how to spend those commodities before we really, expand up our oil use. Either way, batteries, batteries. Batteries, batteries. Cool. Basic accumulators, not that expensive. They will hold, what is it? 5 megajoules. And their maximum input and output is 300 kilowatts, so that's important. If you're planning on an accumulator just fill instantaneously, it won't. It has an input and an output maximum. It's an important thing to pay attention to. What the heck? Oh, I hit tilde instead of escape. Cool. So there's that. 4 accumulators. These things are pretty slick, and they're going to be even slicker when we get to our solar network, but at least we want to hook them up and show you how they work. Actually, do I have any resources? I do. Holy crap, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to want to automate solar panel production, because this also really sucks. Yeah, take a look at my crafting grid. 23 wires, 15 electronic circuits. That sucks. Actually, you know what? Let's just cancel all this crap. I have electronic circuits. I have a bunch. I have machines assembling these. There. 1, 2, 3, 3. 3 is a good start. Now, where's a nice open spot we can start setting up our solar array? Looks like the southeast or the southwest. I don't feel like cutting down any more trees. I don't. I did that the last 2 episodes. I'm not doing that again. I think the southwest might be our best bet. So I'm just going to grab more electronics. Okay. This is enough to get us started. I want to work on concepts right now with you guys. This is almost the end of the episode, but I do want to set these up. I'm really excited. We got some good territory. We're going to start over here in the west. So, solar panels, fairly straightforward. Do exactly as they say. They accumulate energy from the sun. They have, as you can see on the right, a power output, health, and an available performance. That's how much juice they're collecting. Okay? Pretty straightforward. The accumulators are similar, or not really, I guess. I guess not at all. I don't know why I said that. These things will accept energy from whatever source. Can I? Nope. These are better with medium power lines, but that's okay. There we go, just to get the look started. Now, what these accumulators will do is they will get excess energy and they will store it overnight. Oh crap. My power. Oh god, I was wondering why that was not accepting any energy whatsoever. And yoink. Yeah, I keep forgetting now that I have another set of energy. I should really remember that the problem is we're going to burn through this stuff twice as fast. Just give me the whole thing. And actually, I want an iron chest there, please. Okay, thank you. Boom, okay. And of course, we're out of coal up there. Holy buckets. Actually, you know what? Oh, yay! Explosives, why not? Allows for explosives. It's another byproduct of chemical processing. I'm fine with that. Let's just use wood. I don't... just give me the coal. Give me the coal. Give me the coal. Give me some more. Okay, cool. Give me that. That goes in there. Okay, cool. Keep the process going. Okay, we should be catching up quite nicely by now. What else was I going to do? Okay, now that we have proper energy coming in, and we do, right? Cool. We're actually producing energy here. The accumulators on the left are going to be marked as a consumer. And why is the video freaking out? Oh, because it's... Okay. Anyway. Okay, now it's going to drop off. Because the accumulators are full, we built 4. They hold 20 megajoules. And now they'll be tapped when we have no energy. So in the event of, like, let's say our steam engines die, it gives us a little bit of a buffer. But those are really designed, unless you build a ton of them, and newsflash, we're going to build a ton of them, those are really designed for the solar panels. Let's do circuit network. That's going to be important for some other technology I'm interested in later on, specifically the smart chest. But this has been a good episode. That's gonna backfill in a second. Not worried. I'm gonna call it here. This is John Megacycle, another episode of Factorio in the books. Thanks for joining me, and I'm gonna catch you next time.